talk NASCAR with the Pennzoil 400 in Las Vegas this weekend. Had Bubba Wallace on yesterday's show. How about second-year driver Carson Hocevar hanging out with us for today's show, chatting with our very own Tino Patino about life racing in the number 77 Chevy.
The biggest thing has been your fast start throughout this season thus far. Aggressiveness has been, part of the headlines too, but that's something I gotta tell you I've loved to see from a race car driver perspective, and something that reminds me of a young Joey Logano. To see past champions kind of be in the similar spot that you were in after Atlanta, contention to have that race win, does that give you any confidence to continue to sort of be yourself on the racetrack?
Yeah, I mean, you were fast. You have a shot to win a race. You don't want to change anything because you almost just did it. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun and enjoy it. And, it's cool to at least just be in that spot that, you kind of, where everybody's paying attention. We've been fast. We haven't had 100% the luck. You get tore up at Phoenix, but you qualify third, you run top 10 in the first stage, and then just get torn up. You can't really help that. And Coda, you get put back, but our cars have been really fast, so that's the part that matters.
And I think the biggest thing too, right, it's your second year now full-time in the Cup Series. What has that process been like, not only from year one to year two, but also going from the Truck Series to the Cup Series? I feel like a lot of people see the young drivers struggle at times. I feel like you're excelling now in this time period of your career. What are your thoughts on that as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, I've always felt pretty comfortable in a Cup car, so yeah, I don't know 100% know why, but it's really worked out that I've always been just pretty comfortable in the Cup car right away. I don't know if the truck helped and everything, but just a lot of, feel like prep before I got ever to get in a Cup car, and it just kind of fits my driving style a lot, and sort of just really fit the next gen style car that I feel like able to take advantage of pretty well so far.
Awesome. Another thing too is having new teammates on Spire Motorsports this year. You got Justin Haley, Michael McDowell, and yourself being a part of that team. Has that been something for you that you look at with those guys, your relationship with them? How have they impacted you throughout the season or even the offseason as well, gelling as a group? You put it as the new era of Spire Motorsports. What's that been like with those guys part of the team now?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot different. Obviously, they've, been around for a while, and, last year I had a rookie teammate that was kind of like a half teammate. He was also a Trackhouse, and Corey, was still just trying to find his own path. So it's been a different dynamic, I think, for all three of us that I think we're still working through what that working relationship and everything's gonna 100% look like. But it's been, I feel like pretty well received so far.
And as the team as a whole brings cars to the racetrack, they've been fast. Like you mentioned, we're seeing them qualify well. At Phoenix, like you mentioned, all three drivers in the top 10. Obviously not the result or days you guys had wanted, at the end of the race, but coming to the track with speed, how important is that for you guys as a group? And are there now tracks that you're circling, hey, we can win here, hey, we can have a top 10 here at these types of racetracks? Or is it more so just focusing on, bringing speed to the racetrack before looking at any specific tracks in general?
Yeah, I think it's just more just trying to be fast everywhere than just one specific. I think it's been the biggest thing so far is just focusing in on that and just locking in of just trying to just show up with the best race car we can do every week.
Awesome. I think another thing too that, I've mentioned or seen out of your driving style, being aggressive, but also understanding, when to give and when to take, and really utilizing, that mentality on the racetrack for you specifically. Is there anything that you've learned, whether it's been this past couple of weeks or throughout the offseason, that you've been trying to apply to yourself? Any personal goals that you have throughout the season that you're trying to sort of check off as we go and continue on in the Cup Series?
I mean, it's just so early still. Ultimately we want to just put ourselves in a spot to make the playoffs. So that's, be able to get stage points and win races or be up front. Phoenix kind of hurt, but look, Atlanta and Coda and Phoenix, I think we've scored stage points quite a bit so far. That's really helped us out, stay up there. So, you just got to, now just be consistent and just put together a really good stretch of races. And I think we're becoming fast enough or put ourselves in a spot that we can do that.
Is there, I know just want to be fast, but is there a goal in the standings wise that you sort of want to be at towards the end of the season? Whether it's, like you said, making the playoffs, or even would you be satisfied with the top 20, and a bunch of top 10s and 15s in there as well? Do you have sort of goals in that aspect?
Yeah, I mean, the only goal for us is to be 16th or higher, because that means you made the playoffs. So, that's ultimately the spot, the ticket is to make the playoffs. And, that would be, I think, really huge for us.
All right, yeah, it makes sense there too. And, last minute with you here, I want to add in on a sort of fun question. It's the last lap. You're racing for the win. You against 3 other drivers from any NASCAR era. Who are you picking that you want to race against for that win, and at what track would this be at for you?
It would, I think it'd be cool, Dale Senior, Jeff Gordon, Tim Richmond, at Brickyard 400 would be the coolest one.
There you go. All right, that's a good answer. I'm interested to see what other drivers think about that. But I appreciate you joining us on. Is there anything we can look forward to, maybe content-wise, throughout the season from you? I know you've been a streamer guy as well, racing content from you there, social media content-wise. Any other things you got coming out on those platforms?
I don't know. I always just think of stuff off the whim, so I don't have anything planned. I think the most fun you have is when no good story started with, well, we planned to do this, and this is how it happened. So I always just kind of take that approach with anything.